for one ability of his, that he's a very positive human being. And his positivity is what is seen today what we have. In spite of so much of negativism going on that we already have tried it, this doesn't work, and it cannot work, He's one guy who's said, no, we have to do it, and he walks ahead. So that kind of a thing is needed. And from our side, if at all we cannot do anything positive, we cannot give anything to the institution, at least let us not be negative. That's the best thing we can give. Let us be encouraging to people who are moving forward. Let us give them a pat on the back, to say that you are doing the right thing and we are all behind you. If we do not give anything negative, I think that itself is a big giving to UVC. And of course, making your presence felt at most of the functions. Now, our batch, we are fortunate that the 1985 batch met about 1.5 years back. It was a fantastic, there's about 50 people gathered. We decided that a dear friend of ours, on his behalf, we instituted a scholarship, which Sridhar will now explain. That is the first giving from our batch, which we have started a scholarship in this college. So what I would like to suggest is, if not anything, be present. Be present for the functions which are arranged. It gives a lot of encouragement to the organizers. And let the baton be going on. Rajiv may not do it for his whole life. There should be someone else who steps and carries forward the baton with the same zeal and the same passion what he's been doing with. Thank you.
Hey, Sanjay, you wanted to announce about the scholarship that your team came up with? Oh, Sridhar, you're going to do it? Okay.
Good afternoon to everyone. My name is Sridhar. I am from the 1980-84 batch mechanical engineering. On 15th of August 2009, about 50 of our batchmates, we met. In that function, we were discussing what is that we can do. There are so many suggestions put forth. But one of the suggestions which we stuck on was to institute a scholarship in the name of late Sri H.K. Mohankumar, my beloved classmate, and a person with great leadership ability. Many of my classmates have made really big in life, but Mr. H.K. Mohankumar stands taller. Basically because he was selfless. That is why he endeared himself amongst all his batchmates. So once it was decided that we will institute a scholarship, we decided that we will have to have a certain podium on which the first scholarship can be given. But any scholarship of that sort requires a lot of groundwork. We need to select a person who fits the bill. That's a big exercise. And our batchmates, Venkat, then we had Virupaksh, Vaman, H.V. Harish. All these people took a lot of pains. See, this entire process of selecting the right candidate was not an easy task. They had a written examination, then they have the aptitude test, a group discussion and all that. And finally, the first scholar has been selected and he will be awarded today. Like this, a small step can be taken by every batch. It need not be only the scholarship. It can be in terms of donating some sort of an equipment to the organization at the alma mater, or it can be, there are some people who have made very big in academics. You see, they can give free lectures to students and things like that. There are many ways in which things can be given back to the alma mater. I think bounden duty to give back to UVCE. This is what I wanted to tell you. Thank you.
Folks, I'm getting a warning from the stage team that I should wrap it up in the next 1 or 2 minutes. Before I do that, I want to give the audience a chance to ask one or two questions to the panel members. You see the volunteers standing with mics. If you got anybody has got questions, please raise your hands and they will come to you with the mic.
Hello? Hello? Yeah. Hello, Rajiv?
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah, this side. Can you see
Bangalore,
this
Lakshman.
side? Rajiv?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, this is Shivraj here from 2008 Computer Science. I have a question to the esteemed panel over here. For last half an hour, we discussed about various initiatives which alumni can take to give back to UVC. And in fact, Jagdish told that it should be a two-way process. For the students to get benefited, I feel alumni and the current faculty or the university should take active role. So what kind of steps or what is the constructive roadmap you have, or what can faculty can take a pledge now to work with the esteemed alumni here? In short, I want to know what the faculty should do to get benefited for the institution rather than alumni. I am very sure that alumni are very eager to give back, but there should be some takers. Thank you.
So if I summarize your question was, the alumni is ready to give back, what is that the faculty should do, right?
Yes, exactly.
So I will let Jagdish answer it because he's been to a number of big schools and very important schools in US and also other places that I don't know of. I think he will have a better perspective than I do.
So this is a very important question that he's raising. I want to see in this audience how many current faculty members are sitting. Can you raise your hands, please? Okay. So I think the right thing to do, right? Bring your head of the department. Bring your head of the department and come up with a list of projects and list of things that can be done. And alumni will work with you with several ideas. It could be some of the things that I talked about earlier. It could be scholarships, right? It could be uplifting of your department. I was talking to the head of the Department of Mechanical Engineering yesterday, which seems to be in a very, very deplorable state. And I'm sure many people here who are alumni of the mechanical department, I'm quite positive people will step up to help. As long as things can be done in an autonomous way, things can be done in a way where there is no bureaucracy, things can be done smoothly, and it is recognized. So that's why I said this is a two-way street. Every time when you work with an institution like this, it has to become two-way street. The leader has to take an equal interest to work with such wonderful alumni who will be willing to step up. And I'll be the first person to take the initiative to do anything reasonable that makes an immediate impact to the college. I'll be more than happy to step up, to give money, to give time, and to give my advice in whatever way possible. And I'm sure I'll be able to rally up a lot of the students here to come and help the UVCE immediately.
Okay. Thanks, guys. I can't take any more questions from the audience because I'm getting a number of chits from the stage management team that we need to wrap up. So thank you very much for coming, and then we will continue the discussion right after. I'll be available, so is Jagdish and others. There's one announcement that I need to make. There is a poster outside near the entrance where we are requesting the Prime Minister to convert the UVC into an IIT status. As you know, Veerap Moily just mentioned that he's going to make an appointment with the Prime Minister, and he has invited Dr. M.R. Srinivasan, Dr. Atre, Dr. Siddhappa, and then also Siddhappa and Jagdish and myself to meet with the Prime Minister as soon as Veerappamoily makes an appointment. Please do sign the petition, and I thank you for listening to us. Sridhar has one quick announcement to make, and after that, this will come to an end. Thanks.
As I was telling you that we have instituted a scholarship in the name of H.K. Mohankumar. The same will be, the first scholar will be honored today. The brief about the candidate who is going to receive the scholarship will be given by Mr. Virupaksh. And also the small brief of Mr. H.K. Mohankumar will be given by Mr. K.N. Srinivas. May I ask Mr. K.N. Srinivas?
Thanks, and I know I probably am standing between the next program and what we are doing right now. So, but very quickly, Mohan was a very close and dear friend of mine. And I do say was because we lost him 3.5 years ago approximately at a very young age. He graduated from the 1985 batch, mechanical, immediately joined MICO, had a very good job and a career going for him. But as most of the people during that time we were at the campus would recognize, he had a penchant for giving back to the society. And he was known very much for doing that. And with that in mind, he really quit his job in MICO, said that he will dedicate his life for upliftment of the rural poor, and more so in terms of making sure education reaches to the remote corners of our state at least. So he used to travel extensively the various corners of the state, and we thought it was extremely fitting that, we should really do something which he was very much passionate about, which is trying to help somebody from an economically downtrodden section to come up and receive his funding for the tuition and whatever would be the expenses. So that is what we are doing today, and we have the candidate, Viru, if you would say.
Now I invite the candidate who has been selected for this award. He is from first year mechanical engineering, Mr. Veeresh B. He comes from a rural background, has secured about 80% marks in 10th standard and PUC, and also is the class representative of the class. So all the three qualities, that is good in academics, leadership quality, and attitude towards learning, these are the main criteria for selecting him. Now I invite Mr. Veeresh to take the award.
This covers the tuition fee for one academic year. The beauty about this award is every year we will be issuing this award to a candidate from the first, second, third, fourth year. So this we have started. Now this is the first year candidate. Next year we'll go to the second year, then we will have 2 people. At the end of the fourth year we'll have 4 such scholarships given away. Yeah, thank you.